What's up, beautiful people? In this video, we will be planting my cucumbers at my front yard garden, and I'm excited to do it in this way using these specific fertilizers. So make sure you tune in, take notes, because you want to learn everything that you're about to see. Let's get to it. What's up, beautiful people, and welcome to another episode of Don't Keep Up With the Joneses. 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 What's up, beautiful people? It's me, Ricky Jones Jr., out here in the humidity of Tampa, Florida. But nonetheless, I'm also excited to be here with you all today because we will be planting my cucumbers, which I'm excited to be planting my cucumbers this year. I tried them last year and they did not work out well. Honestly, they didn't even take off out of the ground. So what I said this time is that I am going to be using my grow bags, which you see on either side of me. I will be using these grow bags to grow my cucumbers in, and I'm excited because I have had some great results with my grow bags thus far. Even as it pertains to pests and things like that, like they have not been a problem or a nuisance with my kale and things like that. So I'm excited to see these bad boys take off this year, this time. And I'm gonna use the trellis that I have here, which is donning the entrance of my front yard garden. And so hopefully they will grow accordingly to the trellis. Now, someone asked me in the comment section on a previous video, if you're growing cucumbers, how do you recommend the trellising and things for that? Well, as you can see, I have the arch trellis, which it was a gift from me from my friend Lala Crops, who has a YouTube page. Go ahead and show her some love when you get some time. But nonetheless, she gave me this arch trellis, and with it I did do some yarn Xing, okay? And so as the big gaps were, I put X's there with the idea that the cucumbers will fill in the X's and make it look nice, full, and luscious, and very pretty, right? Just as like a wedding situation. And they look pretty because they have things filling it in. But nonetheless, hey, we'll get there when we grow there. But until then, I need to plant these bad boys, okay? And so let me show you the way in which I'm going to do so and the fertilizers in which I'm going to use, which obviously I recommend you to do the same. And if you are new to the channel, please click that subscribe button as we are on our way to 50,000 subscribers by the end of 2022. And it's because of you that we'll be able to do so, okay? All right, so I said enough. Let me show you how to do it so you can do it too. Okay, great people. So I have my here cucumbers that I grew from seeds, which you all saw the videos of me doing so. But now they're here, and I even left. It was two that was growing in this here. Well, it was in a smaller situation, but I put it in here as well. The both of them, and they grew out both well. And so these are gonna do well in my here grow bag. So I'm gonna just let them grow together, do their thing, and I know that the roots will do great together. And so we have some Sustain 464, but it's gonna be uber beneficial holistically for the cucumbers, as it is a green plant, okay, by nature. Most plants are. But then outside of that, we do have the flowers that grow from the cucumbers, but then also we have the cucumbers themselves. So the potassium, the nitrogen, the phosphorus is going to work great. And what I'm also using here are some worm castings, which, oh my gosh, I'm so excited about my organic worm castings. We're using 2 organic fertilizers to go ahead and make sure everything is nice and dandy in here. And so you may be wondering, Ricky, what do you have here? Well, these are some shredded paper shreds from, like, you know, newspapers, newspapers, envelopes, and the like. I just shredded them and I put them in the container. 1, to save soil, but then 2, I mean, hey, paper is gonna break down. It's an organic matter, so it's even some shavings or even scraps in my here grow bag. So all is well. You can use different things like that to either compost, but then also to just make sure everything is, you know, good to grow. As you can see, they grew very well. And I'm gonna just even make sure all of the contents from this here container is in here so that everything could be like, oh yeah, we're a family, let's grow together. All right, let's go to the other one. Boom shakalaka, same idea in mind, but this one actually has some garlic growing in it. So I do have to be mindful of how wide I stretch my hole out. Don't want any problems, so I'm just going to go ahead and put a handful of the Sustain in there, and then we're going to put the earthworm castings in here as well. And I mean, hey, you can never have too many. Both are good to grow in, organic. We're happy. The cucumbers are going to be happy. I'm going to make sure I train them to trellis up here on the trellis and do their thing accordingly. And so I'm excited to see them bad boys take off and grow. And so you may be wondering, Ricky, why don't you have it closer to the trellis? Actually, there is a cucumber growing down there, which, I mean, hey, it didn't do anything last year, so I'm just go ahead and pull it up. Here is what it was, but now we have 2 new family members here, and so I'm gonna just position them, which I actually could have planted it in a different area or closer to the edge, which I guess I still can because it's still new. But I do like things for being in the middle. So I'm gonna just leave it as so. Okay, so what I wanted you to see is, like, you see, boom, these little dots or whatever. These are what helps the cucumber in themselves trellis along and grow along the different surfaces. And so I'm gonna just let it do what it does for now, which is get accustomed to their new home, to their new space, before I force any growing or anything like that. But I'm gonna give it a nice watering so everything is nice and happy in their new happy place from here. Ha! And just like that, great people, you too can grow cucumbers, okay? I'm planting them in my raised bed because the ground themselves was not fertile. Something wasn't right, something went wrong, and yeah, I'm using my grow bags. My grow bags have been beneficial for me thus far, and I'm not gonna turn back on them now, nor do I think they're gonna fail me just yet. And oh my gosh, just like that, the sun was covered by the clouds. Thank you, Lord. But at the end of the day, great people, this is a beautiful shot. You see cucumbers on either side of me with the grow bags doing what the grow bags are gonna do, which is grow some food in the grow bags, okay? And I would just make sure that the cucumbers are trellised properly along the trellis, the arch trellis, as they do grow. And so with that being said, make sure you subscribe so that you are aware of when those videos drop, as you can see the progress and the growth of the cucumbers, knowing that we use sustained fertilizer as well as Simply Growth worm castings, okay? Both of those will be linked down below. Make sure you go for them, make sure you click them, and yeah, man, I appreciate you all. I love you all. Keep watching, keep growing, keep living, so you can have a healthy life and live strong and live well and be able to help others along the way. So I love you all. I appreciate you all. Until the next time, know that you never have to garden alone because you can always garden with me. I love you all. I appreciate you all. Peace.